This video will demonstrate the basic operation of the Marlin Model 101 single-shot bolt-action rifle, and by extension that of several comparable small-caliber training rifles. The Marlin Model 101 appears to have been introduced in 1941. With this large ring on the cocking piece, this one was probably made between 1960 and 66. This is further supported by the lack of a serial number, which was not required by law until 1968, and the presence of micro-groove rifling, which was introduced in 1953. It is an extremely simple rifle, meant for instruction and training, but also useful for recreation and small game hunting. The features and controls are very simple. The trigger, the bolt handle, the cocking piece. There is no manual safety. The loading and ejection port, the receiver. These grooves are industry standard for telescopic sights for rimfire and air rifles. The barrel. The rear sight. Elevation is changed with this sliding insert. The front sight. Windage is changed by drifting either the front or rear sight and its dovetail in the barrel. And the stock. Operation is also very simple. To unload the weapon, lift the bolt handle and pull it back as far as it will go. This will extract and eject any live round or fired case in the chamber. Here is the bolt removed from the rifle. Here is the very simple leaf spring type extractor. The firing pin also acts as the ejector. The speed with which the bolt is drawn rearward to eject a case determines the force with which that case is ejected. Excessive force is not required, but you should pull the bolt to the rear firmly to ensure positive ejection. To load the weapon, insert a live cartridge through the ejection port, bullet first. Push the bolt forward and turn the bolt handle down. The extractor should snap over the rim of the cartridge, and the cartridge should guide itself into the chamber. Some modern types, like truncated cone, may not feed correctly, but common round nose types should. I will now remove the live round to demonstrate the next step. Presuming a live round is in the chamber, to make ready to fire, pull the cocking piece back until it catches. This painted red area will then become visible, so an instructor can see the condition of the rifle from a distance. The weapon is now ready to fire. To fire, aim, and press the trigger in the usual way. I will not dry fire this weapon, since that's usually damaging to rimfires. The weapon must be manually cocked with this cocking piece for every shot. When the weapon is cocked, the bolt cannot be opened. The weapon uses a rebounding cocking piece, allowing it to be carried safely with a round in the chamber if it is not cocked. To safely decock a loaded weapon without firing, first, point the weapon in a safe direction, then grasp the cocking piece firmly and pull rearward. Then press the trigger and ease the cocking piece forward. As soon as the cocking piece starts to move, release the trigger. The weapon may then be opened and any live round may be ejected. The cocking piece, and therefore the firing pin, cannot move forward to strike the primer unless the trigger is held back. To reload after firing, open the bolt, as before, insert a new cartridge, and close the bolt again. The weapon must be cocked manually with the cocking piece for each shot. Disassembly of the weapon for cleaning is also very simple. Open the bolt, pull it rearward, then hold the trigger while pulling the bolt out of the receiver. This also allows the barrel to be cleaned from the breech end, reducing risk of damage to the muzzle, which could degrade accuracy. During reassembly, the trigger must also be held when reinserting the bolt. The action is held in the stock by a single large screw. Removing the action from the stock should not be necessary for routine cleaning. This should conclude the basic operation of the Marlin Model 101 single-shot bolt-action rifle, and should apply to many other models of its general type. If you have questions, please leave them in comments, and if you found this video useful, please consider a charitable donation through my website's PayPal button. Thank you.